Hey guys, this is Kate, and this is my first layout with the new February hip kit. So I'm going to use the craft paper as my background, and then I've just taken a few of the other pattern papers to use also. I wanted to use this vellum, so I'm going to cut it down a little bit smaller than the craft paper and just kind of use that as my base. It just adds a nice little texture to it, and I really like the way it looks. I'm going to mount the photograph on this Timber Grove paper, and I'm putting it kind of in a weird place because I'm picking exactly where I want it on the pattern because it had like kind of a gradient color look on it. So that's how I'm going to mount it on there. And I'm just removing, I use removable adhesive. I'm just taking that off so I can play around with the placement. And then I'm just going to distress the edges of this heart paper. And this is our puppy dog Jack. And I wanted to do a layout with this photo. This is before he got his hair cut, so he's a little uh, wild looking. I'm just going through these Ellie's Studio embellishments and trying to figure out which ones I want to use, and I'll pull a few out that I won't end up using and a couple that I do. And this is another one of those layouts that kind of morphed over a couple of days. I had some ideas and then I walked away from it and came back, and it was one of those. I love those wood veneer tags from Amy Tangerine, so I'm going to use one of those to layer. Just putting the photograph on some Pop Dots and layering that tag underneath. And I only put them on the one side because I knew the tag was going on the other side. I don't know, I'm just fiddling with some of these Dear Lizzie stickers and thinking I may use one of those. And then I'm going to use one of these little borders from the October Afternoon chipboard. I really like that set of chipboard. It has some awesome things. So you can see that I left that gap there. I'm trying to figure out what to put in it. And I had some silhouette cuts of some hearts. And I thought about using one of those, but then I didn't want it to be just white. So I'm going to rifle through all these different size hearts. I usually will just cut like a whole page of hearts or a whole page of stars or something like that to keep them in these little bags. I have a little container that I keep silhouette cuts in. So then I was looking at the stamp set and I was like, oh, well, there's a perfect heart. So I decided to use that with some different color inks and make my own hearts and cut them out. So I just pulled out some different color Hero Arts mid-tone shadow inks and also some Versamark, and I'm going to use that silver embossing powder, and I'm going to use some Copic cardstock because I think it's just the best for stamping and stuff, and I try to use it sparingly because it's a more expensive cardstock, but it really does work awesome. So I'm using the Memento Tuxedo and Love Letter, the Hero Arts and Tide Pool, the Hero Arts and Bubblegum, and then I can't remember the name of the gray Hero Arts. But I'm just looking to make sure that the colors match. And then I'm going to emboss some silver glitter ones from the embossing powder that came in the kit, in one of the add-ons. It's a really, really pretty silver embossing powder. So I'm just going to heat set that. And I'm using my craft heat gun instead of my embossing one, and it takes forever. I don't know if y'all have that little white gun. It's great for like drying paint and paint splatters, but for embossing, it just takes a really long time. And I was worried I was going to burn the paper. So I hand cut those. This is the next day. So I had already hand cut those and pulled some of the sequins from the kit, and I'm just placing the hearts, and I used one of the badges from the October Afternoon set, and now I'm just going to unclog my glue there and glue these little sequins down. And I also put the bottom of that LE Studio tag at the top right hand corner. Just going to add a little piece of washi tape here and there and start my title, which is going to be Our Best in Show. I don't know about y'all, but my husband loves to watch the dog show, and it's been on lately. Sorry, you can probably hear my dog barking in the background. And our dog he's a mix of something. We're really not sure. But so he would never be in a dog show, but I just wanted to make this little layout and say that he was our best in show. So I'm using those October afternoon alphabets, and I love them, but they are really hard to get straight. So I just decided not to worry about it and move on. So now I'm just adding a few enamel dots from last month's kit that I had left over. And I'm going to add this little tag at the top and use the October afternoon roller date stamp that says picture perfect, and add a little bit of twine to this tag. And you're not going to see where I journal on here, and I also add a few more sequins, but you'll see it in the end in the final pictures. So here they are, and thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy this layout. Oh, I used a vellum writer pen to write on the vellum. So thanks again. I'll see y'all later. Bye.